Hi everybody and welcome back to a grimdark future firefight battle report. We are once again back at the Sector 9 arena for the second match of the Gang War League. The league where 4 different gangs will fight for glory, victory points, upgrades, and of course the risk of dying. The gangs will face each other in a relic hunt mission. We have 3 objectives, and when a unit has an objective under control at the end of a round, they will be able to move with it in the next round. If they are stunned or knocked out, they will lose the objective where they stand. And of course, the objectives can also be contested by other units. Now, let's meet the gangs. First up, the Artisans, and they have brought an Artisan champion armed with rifle and plasma mod. Then 2 new taggers, 1 armed with plasma pistol and energy shield, and 1 with a regular pistol. Both new taggers are fast and they have strider. And then 2 super taggers, 1 with radiation cannon and 1 with a rifle. They both have the Relentless ability, and all the Artisans have cyber eyes that gives them +1 when they shoot. Next up, the Enforcers, with an Enforcer champion armed with heavy pistol, knife and shotgun. 2 rookies, 1 with heavy pistol and 1 with heavy pistol and shock baton. And then 2 veterans, both armed with heavy rifle. They have the Relentless special rule, finally a subjugator. He has a shield wall, heavy pistol and energy fists. And all the Enforcers are fearless. Both gangs have spent 150 points. The Artisans have taken position and deployed on the left side of the Sector 9 battle arena, and they have spread out each of their 5 units to be as close to the objectives as possible. The Enforcers have 6 units, which could be an advantage. We will see. They have also spread out, but concentrated a little more on the center of the battlefield, closest to the container with the central objective. So let's roll off to see who will activate first. Red dice and a 5 for Artisans, and black dice and a 5 as well for the Enforcers. We will roll off again. 3 for the Artisans and a 2 for the Enforcers, so the Artisans will activate first. And now let's roll for the special objective. The Artisans get a 5 rage. They will have to be the first to knock out an enemy unit in this match. And the Enforcers roll a 4, so they will be the first to recover. And if they can do so, they will earn an additional 10 points. Let's get started. First unit to activate is the new tagger here with the pistol, and he rushes all the way to the objective and takes control of it. A very aggressive first activation. The Enforcers immediately respond. The rookie here with the baton and the heavy pistol moves to the corner of the building, and from here he can fire his pistol at the new tagger. He will need a 5 to hit, and he rolls a 6. It's a hit. And it's a heavy pistol with AP 1, so the new tagger will have to come up with a 6 to defend the shot. And with a 2, he is nowhere near, so he goes down already with 1 wound. Maybe his first activation was just a bit too aggressive. Let's see the roll on the wound chart. And it's a 5, so already now the first casualty of this battle. The new tagger is out. It seems to be a very aggressive opening to this match. The Artisan with the radiation cannon moves to the corner, and from here he is able to see the Enforcer at the opposite side of the battlefield here, the rookie with the gun. And he will fire his radiation cannon with the ability Blast. He doesn't take any cover into consideration, but with a roll of 1, he fires God knows where. And the rookie that was just shot at here moves to the corner of the building with a heavy pistol, and from here he is able to fire back. And he rolls a 6, he needed a 5, so it's a hit, of course. And with AP1, the super taker, armed with the radiation cannon, will have to defend with a roll of 6. And another 1. So 1 wound to the artisan here. He goes down, and maybe it's already the second casualty of the game. We will see here. No, it's a 3. So he is stunned. And the artisan champion here has to do something. He moves and advances 6 inches, and from this position he can see and fire at the rookie with the baton. He is in cover, but he also has cyber eyes, so he will hit with his regular quality of 4. 1 shot with his rifle, and he fails. The Enforcer commander activates next. He moves up to the container in the central part of the battlefield, and he stays in cover. And next up, the Neo Taker with the energy shield. He also advances. And the next activation is the Veteran Enforcer here, and now he can move up and claim the upper objective. Next up, the Super Taker here at the corner of the building. He moves to the next corner and advance 6 inches, and from here he can see and shoot at the rookie at the corner of the opposite building. He will need a 4 to hit. His rifle has a range of 24 inches. And once again, even though they have cyber eyes, they really don't seem to be able to hit anything. The Enforcer Veteran here activates next. She moves through the room here and takes position just inside the building, but she can still shoot at the Super Taker at the corner. He is in cover. She will need a 5, and that's a missed shot. And then the final activation of the first round, the Subjugator here rushes all the way to cover behind the crates and close to the objective, not close enough to control it though. So that concludes the first round. A couple of quick casualties, and the Enforcers have taken control of 1 objective here at the upper part of the arena, and the 2 lower objectives are not under any kind of control. The Artisans have lost 1 unit, and, well, we will just see what happens in the second round. The Artisan leader activates first. He moves out from the building, and he could go for the objective or try to shoot the veteran guarding the objective. Instead, he takes position behind the central container. And from here he can fire both his weapons, the rifle and the plasma mod, at the Subjugator. He will need a 4 to hit, and he hits with his rifle. And it's an AP nothing weapon, so the Subjugator will defend with a roll of 4. And he rolls a 6, so he is perfectly safe. And now the veteran here, who took control of the objective in the previous round, runs very, very far away with it in cover behind the upper right building. The Neo Taker with the shield inside this building also targets the Subjugator to try to remove him. He has 1 shot with his plasma pistol, and he hits on a 4, and he also fails to hit anything. Quite unusual. And now the leader of the Enforcers make a daring move here. He advances 6 inches inside the container and takes control of the objective. But from this position he can also fire his pistol and shotgun at the Artisan leader. 2 shotgun shots and 1 pistol shot. The leader is in cover, so he will hit with a 5, and he hits with the 2 shotgun shots. And that's an AP1 weapon, so the Artisan leader will need a 6 to defend. Let's see if he can make any of them. He makes 1, so he is hit once. with the shotgun, and he takes 1 wound. And now the guy with the radiation cannon quickly gets back on his feet. He is no longer stunned. And that leaves room for the subjugator. He could have claimed the objective, but he has other plans. He charges against the super ticker with the rifle. And he has energy fists. 2 attacks hitting on 4s. He makes one of them. It's an AP4 attack. So he will need a 6. And with a 3, that's nowhere near enough. He takes 1 wound. And the roll on the wound chart is fatal. He is knocked out by the subjugator's attack. 2 artisans down now. And since there are no artisans left to move, the veteran here will claim the objective. And now the rookie with the heavy pistol here moves out into the open, but in cover behind the small container, takes a shot at the artisan leader. He will need a 5. And close, but no hits. And the other rookie does the same, takes position behind the central container and fires his pistol, and with a 3, he also fails to hit the leader. At the end of round 2, the Enforcers have taken control of all 3 objectives, and they have more or less removed one of them from the battlefield. The Artisans have lost 2 units. They are not down to half strength yet, but it looks really, really hard for the Artisans. Let's go to the 3rd round. The Artisans once again activate first, and the radiation cannon is on the move. He moves out into the open, which could seem a bit stupid, but from here he can target his radiation cannon at the rookie as well as the Enforcer leader. They are within 3 inches, and the radiation cannon has the blast ability, so he has the opportunity to hit them both. He hits on a 3, so that's a hit, and the blast will affect both of them. So first up, the rookie will have to make a defense roll. And he has a defense of 4. And he fails, so he is hit by the blast. He goes down, and because of the radiation ability of the cannon, and he rolled a 1, he takes 2 wounds. And then the leader, and he blocks the blast with a roll of 5. So a roll on the wound chart, and with a 5, he is taken out. So more or less a success for the super tiger with the radiation cannon. And now the veteran here decides also to leave with the objective as far away as possible. But the neo-ticker here inside the building is fast, and he will be able to charge a distance of 16 inches and reach the escaping veteran in a close combat attack. He is only armed with his shield, so he can bash 1 attack, hitting on a 4. And that's a hit. She will now need to defend with a roll of 4. And with a 2, she fails and goes down, and the objective is no longer under her control. But she will also need to roll on the wound chart. And with a roll of 1, she's stunned. And now the rookie fires his pistol at the super tiger with the radiation cannon at point blank range. He will hit on a 5, and even though it's so close, he manages to fail his shot. The artisan leader is close to the central objective, but he has other plans. He advances a few inches, and from this position he can fire both his weapons at the subjugator. He will hit on a 3 with his rifle and his plasma mod, and he hits both his attacks. So the subjugator will have to defend on a 4. the rifle shot. So he'll do that first. And that's a 3, so he fails that one. The plasma mod, he will have to roll a 6 to defend that one. And he also fails the plasma mod shot. So he goes down with 2 hits and 2 wounds. So let's see what kind of roll he can come up with on the wound chart. A roll of 6, and there is no doubt he is shot out of the game by the Artisan leader. The veteran here is still carrying an objective, so he moves slightly closer to the heat of the battle, but still in cover. Now the Enforcer commander moves. He moves out from the container with the objective, but instead of running away, he takes cover and position next to the container, and from here he fires his shotgun shots and his pistol shots at the radiation cannon. He will need a 4 to hit. And he fails all 3 shots. And that was the last action of this round. The Artisans went into this round with 3 units, and they are still 3 units on the battlefield. And they even managed to thin the ranks of the Enforcers as well. But the Enforcers more or less control all the objectives. Let's see what happens in the next round. Round 4 begins with this new Tigger. He activates and charges the stunned Enforcer, and she is immediately knocked out, and he takes control of the objective. And then the Enforcer leader activates. He just missed all his shots. Now he has a second try, and this time at point blank range. 2 shots with the shotgun, 1 with the pistol. He will hit on a 4. And this time he adjusted his aim just right. He hits with all 3 shots. And they are all AP1 weapons, so that leaves the Super Tigger with 3/6 up saves. And as expected, he goes down with 4 wounds. And that will almost certainly knock him out. He will need to roll a 1 on the wound chart to avoid it. It is possible, but no. He is knocked out by the Enforcer leader. The Artisan leader activates. He moves close to the leader of the Enforcers, but his target here is the rookie. He fires twice, once with his rifle and 1 with the plasma mod. He hits on a 3. And he hits with both his shots, and that could be the end of the rookie here. First, a roll of 5 is needed to block the rifle shot. And the rookie failed that one, so at least 1 wound, and then the more tricky plasma shot, a 6 is needed, and, well, he makes that one, so 1 wound, and of course he goes down. Let's see the roll on the wound chart. He is stunned. But the rookie still has his activation, so he is right back on his feet. Finally, the Enforcer veteran with the objective moves closer, advances 6 inches, and fires his rifle at the new Tigger. He will hit with a roll of 4. 1 shot. And a hit. And that leaves the Artisan here with a 5 up save. Normally a roll of 6, but he has his shield for extra defense, so let's see if he can do it. He can. It's a 5. He is not hit. And that concludes the 4th round. But now we have the situation that the Artisans as well as the Enforcers are below half strength. So we will need morale tests for all the remaining units on the battlefield. And that could be an advantage for the enforcers because they are fearless. And the rookie here also has the leader nearby, so he will pass his morale test with a roll of 3. And he is just fine, even though he is wounded. The veteran needs a 3 as well because he's fearless. And he also passes the morale test. And now the leader of the enforcers, a 3 as well, but he rolls a 1, so he is out. And he even has the objective that he leaves just right in front of the artisan leader. Very dramatic. What about the artisan here? He would have needed a 4. He fails his morale test, so he also leaves the objective right out in the open. And that leaves everything up to the artisan leader. If he fails his morale test and he will need a 4, this game is over. But he doesn't. He stays, and that means we will have to proceed to another round, where the artisan leader will face the 2 remaining enforcers. Let's go to round number 5. At the end of round 2, the artisans seem to have no chance at all, but now they actually have a chance of winning this match. The leader moves and he takes the objective with him, and he fires both his weapons at the rookie. And he hits with the plasma mod. That leaves the rookie with a 6 defense roll, and of course he fails. The poor rookie goes down with his 2nd wound, and now he has a pretty tricky roll on the wound chart. He rolls a 1, so he is stunned, he is not knocked out. So once again he goes down and gets back up immediately, but of course he can't return the fire. The veteran here is too far away to be involved in any kind of combat, but he rushes towards the objective here, so he now takes control of 2 objectives, and that will win the game if they are still around. The rookie will pass with a roll of 4, and he continues to be very brave even though he is heavily wounded. What about the veteran here at 3? No, it's a 2, so he has had enough. He leaves 2 objectives and escapes the battlefield. And that means in an incredible turn of events, the artisan leader will win or lose the game depending on his roll for morale. He will pass and win with a 4. The entire match comes down to 1 dice roll. And it's a 3. So close, but he has had enough and he leaves the battlefield and the objectives. So now none of the objectives are under control. And in the next round, number 6, the rookie here, who is the only unit standing, will claim the objective and win the day for the enforcers. And here we have the artisans lined up with their earned experience from this match so far. The 2 units here both survived the match, but the 3 remaining has to make a roll to see their condition, and the radiation cannon recovers, as does the next unit here, and the final unit with a roll of 4. All 3 casualties are recovered and ready for the next match. And now the enforcers with their earned experience so far. The 3 units on the left all left the game because of failed morale tests, so they do not count as casualties, but the 3 other here will have to roll. So the subjugator first, he will roll a 5, he's fine. Then the rookie at 2 also recovers, and finally the veteran. And it's a roll of 5, so all the 3 casualties have recovered. And both the artisans and the enforcers failed to complete their special objective, so no further points for that. So the Enforcers will earn 2 victory points and 10 points, and the Artisans will earn 30 points. Thanks a lot for watching this battle report. I hope you'll join me for future bad reps.